living or you surviving?
I feel like I'm trying my best to balance them both. Starting off surviving. The end of the week I'll be living.
Explain.
So, well, I'll say like just coming from where I come from, or so many of us come from, like that's all we do is survive. So it's like as you grow, as you mature, you start to see the importance of like, man, I gotta live more. I gotta enjoy the life I have, because sometimes we work so hard for things and to get to a certain place that we don't realize, like, hey, you really been making progress.
Come on.
Like
that's a fact.
Some of the things that I've done, I'm so focused on the end goal that I don't really get a chance to celebrate. Like, dang, you've done some things that you've, put on your checklist and you checked it off. So sometimes I just get caught up in just working and trying to, get to the top. But I'm living more. I'm starting to live more and enjoying the things that, the people that I have most of all, because that's really what it comes down to.
Welcome to the Integrity Response with your brother, CEO Khacki. Every individual sitting across from me doesn't believe in being typical, ordinary, or familiar. They're elite, meaning society's norms don't sit well with them. They believe in raising the bar for themselves, family, and for those they may never meet. From those in humble beginnings to those in the midst of greatness and legends who've paved the way. With a comedic edge, I will ask the questions that hold value, and I believe we'll gain insight to the real them. It's the Integrity Response. Take us back. Alexis Renee, take us back.
How far you want to go back? Cause
before the age of 9.
Okay.
Before rap, at the age of 9, what did you want to be?
I fell in love with basketball first.
Come on
so,
now. All right.
yeah.
I hear you on point guard.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I actually was playing basketball since like 5 or 6.
Gotcha. That's right. Go ahead.
So, and it was just going to the park with my dad and stuff. So I was a daddy's girl really early.
Okay.
And he taught me how to play basketball, and I was really good.
That's
so
dope. Okay.
It was something that I had always dreamed about. I always thought that that's what I would be doing with my life, and I dedicated a lot of years to it.
Gotcha. That's what's up. Definitely. Mm-hmm. All right. So growing up, I grew up in a small town.
Yeah.
Morrow is a small town inside of Clayton County.
Oh, you grew up in Morrow?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You know. Grew up in Morrow, so that's a small town.
Yeah.
Muskogee is a small town.
It is. It's a very small town.
Population of 35,000.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up there?
Well, I grew up, that was before the age of 9 when I was in Muskogee. So, the thing is, Muskogee has a lot of my early childhood memories when it comes to like thinking about my grandparents and, those are the memories I have there. Is like my grandparents, my cousins and stuff like that. And then I moved to Oklahoma City at like 6.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
And so I was there maybe a year or 2. Moved back to Muskogee for like a year or 2.
If you don't mind me asking, what's the reason for the move back?
I think. Well, so we left. My mom and dad, they had me when they were very young.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
When they started going through some
Right.
of this stuff.
As young couples do. Right. As young couples
my
do.
mom moved to Oklahoma City. I think she just needed, when you break up
That's
with the spouse, you just kind of want to get away.
That's right.
And now just me being an adult, and I can look back on that, I can kind of identify what that is.
Understand that.
And so we moved to Oklahoma City, me and my mom. And, her and my dad were always in contact.
Right.
Like, he was always, he stayed in my life. It wasn't like they broke up and I didn't hear from him anymore.
Exactly.
But eventually they got back together.
Okay.
He moved to Oklahoma City.
Okay.
And that's when my sister came along, and they had gotten married at that time. So,
well, shout out to that. Shout out to your sister.
Right.
So she's about how younger than you?
My sister's like 8.5 years younger than me.
Okay,
I believe.
gotcha. Okay,
something like that.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what's up. So definitely. So tell me about this move to
Black Wall Street.
Yeah, so that was as I was entering into middle school.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
as I was moving into middle school, you know, I went to, it was a middle school called Bird, and I feel like Bird has so many of my like favorite childhood memories. That's
man.
where
That's shout out to Bird, man.
Yeah, Bird
because
middle
I know
school.
that feeling. I know what you're saying. Like it's like Bird. I can remember my teachers. Everything is. That's all I know. I
feel like that's
real.
where I was like the most happiest when I think about childhood.
That's dope.
I moved to Tulsa, and Tulsa is where a lot of my childhood friends, my lifetime friends are.
Gotcha.
So it's a little harder for me to connect, or I don't have too many friends like from Muskogee like that.
Because you were young. You said up to 5 or 6.
But I do have some that are still like from 3rd grade, and you know what I mean. But the majority of the when you start really coming into yourself and building a personality and stuff, those friends in middle school and Bird are the ones that I hold really close to my heart.
And does that also have anything to do with the fact that this is when you started playing basketball and had that union that?
I actually started playing basketball like for
early.
the YMCA. Yeah.
Right, dope.
That was in Oklahoma City, so it was a little earlier than that. And I when I moved back to Muskogee, I kept playing basketball. So once I got to Oklahoma I didn't move so many.
Right. No,
when I went to Tulsa, it actually started to become like, okay, I can play for my school now.
Gotcha.
So
right.
That's what was so fun.
And that's in 7th grade as well. In the that's considered the Midwest, right? You played in 6th grade too?
Yeah, 6th grade.
We didn't get to play the 7th grade too.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Okay, that's dope. That's
that's
really
what my coach stayed with us the whole 3 years and stuff. So
that's dope.
And then she actually was the coach of the high school too. So we really got to create a cool bond with a lot of the teammates and just the people that went to that middle school went to Memorial High School after that.
Gotcha.
So
that's dope.
It was cool.
You seem very competitive.
Yes.
Tell me.
Yes.
Which one is it? Monopoly, Uno, or Connect Four? Which one do you like the
Monopoly.
best? Come on, I knew you would say that.
Monopoly, you got. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because Monopoly, this is. Listen, I'm very patient with my build-up.
Go ahead.
You know what I mean? Like
those are the scary players.
You know what I mean?
Those are the scary players. The ones that watch.
Connect Four, like it's some quick. You can get off a win or whatever. But with Monopoly, you got to plan this shit out. You got to line it up. Yeah.
You got to think well ahead. That's a fact.
And I just like the long run.
That's real.
Like I like the long game.
Respect that. I respect that.
It's a long game.
That's right. Yeah, very much so. You get a game done under 2 hours. You're a really good player.
Yeah, and it's like it's really survival of the fittest. Right. You know what I mean? So it's that's kind of how this music stuff is. It's like I've been doing music since I could remember.
Gotcha.
Just singing at church and stuff.
I was going to get into that. I actually was going to get into that.
Really? Okay, we're on the same wavelength.
My father's a pastor.
Really?
I knew you grew up in the church as well. Mm-hmm. Your musical influence is heavily catered to that. I can feel it. Certain people don't have that.
Yeah, we feel it in your gut a little bit.
You can.
Yeah.
You can feel it. You can, not too many people can say Guapanese, and you're like, why did I was convicted by
something about
something
that.
About that
something about the Guapanese is different. Yeah.
That's a fact. So yeah, you have that. You have that. Can you speak on that for the fans? What that helped you with as far as, go ahead.
I feel like, man, just for our people in general, when you think about good music and where it originates and like the things that we've overcome, like a lot of that.
So true.
When you listen to certain singers, it's like, why do I like this singer better than this singer? And they can sing the same, but it's just something about that church.
It's something about, man, what's the song? Drake's Yebbies.
What is it?
God. What is that? That one song on Drake's is called, it's Yebby something. It's like an interlude in the middle of
the new
his.
one?
Yes. It's just, man,
I don't know all the titles, but I probably would know it if I heard it.
Acapella.
But it's the harmonies.
Some things you just feel.
Yeah.
And you actually, I'm gonna get to a lot of this in the interview, but you have the voice, the cadence to, it's not too many people who can sing their own hooks, sing in the chorus, sing in the verse, and switch it and rap.
Yeah.
Like, do you plan all that, or you just let the beat speak to you?
Well, I will say this, like, I went through some phases because,
Gotcha.
At first I used to want to just bar them to death. That's where it starts.
I was gonna get back to that battle MC you are. I know you're a battle MC.
That's where it starts.
That's
so
a fact.
you do get to a place to where it's like, why don't people want to listen to this?
Gotcha.
You start feeling that.
Gotcha.
Especially like around the time when Soulja Boy had came out.
J. Cole was even.
Oh yeah,
that threw him off. That even threw him off. He's just like, man, this is what they want. Okay.
Yes, because I looked up to Jay-Z.
Come on, that's right.
That's right. I was heavily influenced by East Coast music.
Gotcha.
And
wow, that's just being right outside of the West Coast. You were influenced heavily.
And it's so it's like, Oklahoma is smack dab in the middle of the map. So it's like,
gotcha. Okay.
You got Texas up under us. You got.
Definitely
it's a lot of influences that they pick up. Gotcha. A lot of West Coast music. Texas is something that we heard a lot of Houston. We heard a lot of Dallas boogie.
Right. Louisiana. That's right.
Yeah, everything was around us, so we were influenced by a lot. But me, Jay-Z was, and a lot of people in Oklahoma don't really necessarily care for East Coast music.
Gotcha. That's surprising.
Yeah.
Was it more so of the Texas screwed up? Like,
yeah,
gotcha.
like it was a lot of Dallas mainly is what I remember. And I remember, West Coast phase.
Gotcha.
But
you just gravitated towards.
I love Jay-Z. I felt like, some of the stuff that he was saying, I was like, it was clever, it was hard.
And he had just the right balance of
the street
talking that and
he's sprinkling on.
Yeah, he does. Like, man, Jay-Z's my favorite rapper. Like, all time.
And that's one thing, if it's somebody that has Jay-Z at the top of their list, y'all almost already know how each other think.
That's a fact.
It's like, I know how you move or because there's certain things that he would sprinkle into his music that motivated people that were like-minded. And it's like, okay.
Change is cool to cop, but more important is
lawyer fees.
It's just different. We was brought up a little different. Yeah. Like, that's a fact.
So it's like, when you start, so what I was saying about that, that time when Soulja Boy came out, I didn't know how to fit in or to, because everything was that. And I wasn't here at that time either.
Gotcha.
So,
and did you start rapping in high school, middle school, or?
I started rapping. I would say, middle school is when I really was known at school as a rapper.
Right. Okay, that's dope.
Yeah, so I was trying to find a way to fit in. We would make some dance songs as well. It didn't feel comfortable for me, but those were my most popular songs back then. So, and as artists, we always fight what we don't.
That's a fact.
What we don't. What we don't necessarily feel comfortable with, even if it's working.
That's even, which brings me back to even Reasonable Doubt. Jay-Z, I know what girls want.
Yeah.
And Diddy was like, no, do this. He was like, well, I ain't even feel it. This ain't even. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you have to fight that.
You got to do what
that's a fact. Even in the current time, that's a fact.
We get so caught up in ourselves.
That's true.
And wanting music to reflect where we are right now.
Right.
Which is really difficult because it takes time to put a single out. So by the time the single is out, you don't really feel like that no more. You're ready to put the newest song.
That's real.
The last song you did.
That's a fact.
It's like, you'll drop some songs that may, you can only drop a song at a time unless you're dropping an album.
That's true.
And I don't feel like I want to drop an album right now.
That's real.
So I got to drop singles, but I can't just drop a single a day.
Gotcha. That's right. No, I understand that. You don't, man. You're an artist. Mm-hmm. And I know, I know that can be a hindrance. Like, man, like when people putting out bubble gum, I'm
you can throw.
Run it. Let me. Yeah, I'm killing them. I got. You
want it to be a reflection of who you are because
that's a fact.
I don't know why. I started off doing music to impress the people I looked up to.
Explain.
Like, I wanted the people that I respected in music to respect me as in music.
Gotcha.
So
there was a certain level of integrity.
yeah, I'm like, if Jay-Z hear this, like, I want him to be able to. I mean, what's going on? What we doing, Jay?
I respect that. I respect that. Definitely.
So, I mean, and that's still now, like, I mean, to get those, like, head nods or those, people that you respect come back and really hit you up like, yo, I rock with that.
That's right.
It's like, okay, I got that, stamp of approval from people that are really legendary.
You be barring. Like,
you be barred. I like that.
Man, man, if I go on Instagram and it's like, I scroll down, I'm like, wow. Wow.
Thank you, Khacki.
What are y'all doing, labels? I'm looking at the camera. Labels, what are y'all doing? Alexis Renee has it all.
I appreciate that, for real.
Man, I'm telling you, like, it's and it looks so effortlessly how it's done. It seems like you just like and I've been in the studio with you. I know how you work. It's like, man, you really work just like.
Man, I feel like
gotcha. Okay, let's go.
With me rapping, I gotta, even though I do the melodic stuff, like, I gotta still sprinkle that in. Because you can go too far.
Yeah, but
he said it ain't sprinkled.
That ain't sprinkled in. You be barring. It's almost hard for you not to bar.
Yeah.
Like, you really be snapping.
Even
really
when you
That's a fact.
do like the melodic stuff.
Right.
Because sometimes you might go too far with the melodies and be like, all right, I'm just kind of just singing through this whole thing.
I got you.
Some songs, you could do a light, melodic song that don't go too crazy. But sometimes you might be want to,
that's right.
Keep going up and stuff.
That's right.
But I had to balance that out because, at some point it's like, I still want to have them clever bars and still be respected. Even if it's a song that's for the club or even if it's a dance song, still be able to tell that, she's not just the regular.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
So that's what I try to do.
Let's take them back.
Okay.
When did you relocate to Atlanta?
Okay, so I first moved to Atlanta in 2010.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I went to the Art Institute of Atlanta, which has now closed down
because location.
They've been stealing people money, basically.
Stop playing. That sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Well, good thing that they can get that off of my get that off my back. Yeah, please. Because they was hitting me with the. But listen, so I went to. It was 2010, and it was so much fun. I remember just. They had some dorms off of what street was that?
Was that Roswell Road?
Marietta Street.
Okay,
It was some student. I don't even know why the dorms were there, but the actual school was in Sandy Springs.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we would have to take a little trolley to the MARTA.
Sound about right.
And then we would get off and then have to walk the rest of the way. It was some crazy.
Sounds about right. They got a good deal on them apartments. That's all it was.
Yeah, but it was called Metro Point Lofts over there off Marietta Street, Midtown.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Do you for real?
I do exactly what you're talking about. That's real.
Metro Point Lofts.
Gotcha.
And
I know exactly what it is.
Yeah, so I came and I stayed there because I didn't have any family here.
Gotcha.
I didn't have too many friends. I knew one DJ. His name was KD the Handyman.
Gotcha. Okay.
And he used to put me on a lot of his mixtapes.
Okay.
Out here.
Was he's from Atlanta as well, or he relocated as well?
I don't think he's from Atlanta, but he lived here for quite some time.
Okay.
And so he used to put me on all his
out
mixtapes out here in Atlanta. And he used to help me get into the core DJ retreats for free as well.
Okay, that's dope.
So
okay.
I, from Oklahoma, I didn't really have many connections.
Gotcha.
And so just networking with people online, he would, say, hey, we're having a retreat out in Vegas.
That's
you
dope.
Can sign up here, get you some free tickets.
That's dope.
And me and a couple friends would fly out to these retreats and start, networking, trying to, meet people.
That's hard. Gotcha.
And figure it out because we didn't have all that
and
back home.
Did you come to Atlanta? What was your major?
Audio production.
Gotcha. Okay, so you did come here to pursue.
Yes, but I didn't necessarily care about going to school. I just knew that I wanted to stay on campus because I needed a place to stay.
I gotcha.
Until I got a job and got out.
Right.
So
that was our
it was like let me get
that was the plug for everybody.
That's how we had to do it.
That's how we had to do it. That's a fact.
And I'm still here.
That's right. That's dope. That's what's up, man. So
Yeah.
it's been 13 years. What's some
Has
things?
it?
Yes, it has.
Oh,
So what's
Lord.
some things? Right, going into 14.
I
So
went
what's some
back
things
for a little bit too.
Gotcha. Around when?
Probably 9 months in, and then
Uh-huh.
I, stacked up again,
right.
came
That's right.
back. It's about like not giving up. I think
Man,
people
go ahead.
give up on themselves too
Come
early.
on,
Like
come
the
on.
first sign of, any type of
Stress.
yeah, they
that's a
ready
fact.
to go back.
That's so true.
Didn't work out.
Comfort zone. Gotta get back in my comfort zone. Like, that's
Man,
a fact.
it
That's
didn't
a
work
fact.
out the first time. Went back to Oklahoma.
Gotcha.
It probably took me a year and a half, maybe 2,
Okay.
to get my money back
I
up.
understand.
I was working at Cox Cable
Okay. Gotcha.
and
Okay.
saved up.
Right.
Moved. I was listening to what's that dude's name? E.T.
In the morning. Was
E.T.
it like
No.
the radio.
The E.T. the hip hop. He used to talk about wanting to breathe when you're drowning, wanting to breathe, wanting to be successful just as much as you want to breathe.
Wow.
E.T. the hip
I've heard
hop
that.
preacher.
Right,
I
gotcha.
forgot. He's a
Okay,
motivational
gotcha,
speaker.
gotcha, okay.
But I remember being at
It's
work.
like Eric something? No?
Eric Thomas.
Yes, I know you're talking about. Yeah, I definitely do. I do. Yes,
yeah.
I do. Yes. Kind of screams at you a little bit with respect.
He definitely
yes,
screams
he
at
does.
you. But I used to listen to that every day at
Gotcha.
work, as I was preparing to come
Okay.
back to Atlanta.
Gotcha.
And moved back in 2012.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to that, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to that. That's dope. That's dope. So let's talk about, fill us in. We're going back a little bit. In
Okay.
high school,
Yeah.
fill in the blank. In high school, I was known as a kid that
Rapped and played basketball. The girl,
Gotcha.
the girl that rapped and
that's
played
what's up.
basketball.
Yeah, that's her. That's her.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So let me ask you, has your real name always been your stage name?
No.
Man,
where you going with this? Where you going with this, man?
What was your original rap name?
Miss Unique.
Wow.
Miss
Shout
Unique.
out to Miss Unique.
Shout out
That's
to
what's
Miss
up.
Unique.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Didn't know
It's
that.
a lot of people back home still call me that.
Wow,
Like,
that's dope.
Yeah,
That's
Miss
dope.
Unique pretty legendary
Okay,
back
gotcha.
home
Go ahead.
for
Now, that's
sure.
what's
Yeah.
up. That's dope.
That's
Miss
so
Unique.
funny.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Do you ever mention that in your lyrics?
Not really. I mean, probably throw in something for like the hometown.
Right, that's right. That's dope.
Because that's what they
dope.
know me as.
That's dope.
But some people don't even make the connection. I just found out like it's a guy a DJ back home who interviewed me when I was younger.
Right.
And reached out to me not too long ago, or probably closer to when the Rack single came out. And
Gotcha.
he was like, yo, so you're Miss Unique?
Wow.
He said, the kids that I work with have been studying the history of Oklahoma music.
Wow.
And we've been listening to Miss Unique.
Man, that's hard.
And they didn't
That's
realize
hard.
that
That's
I
hard.
was.
That's hard.
That
That's
was
dope.
pretty cool. That was
That's
a good
dope.
moment. Yeah.
Man, that's what it's about.
Yeah.
That legacy. For sure. That's
Yeah.
what it's about, that legacy. And I actually did my research on Muskogee, just
Oh, for
everything
real.
that comes from there too.
Yeah.
Like you guys, like it was the first, I think the first
You might put me on to
no,
something. Hold
seriously, yeah,
on, wait. Let me.
One thing I thought was interesting was the first congressman to have land on the Indian territory. I was like, wow, that's
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's deep. That's
Okay.
deep. But yeah. So
I
yeah,
need to
it's
do
some
my
little things like
research.
that. But y'all have a lot of political ties in Muskogee for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of political ties.
Yeah,
For sure.
and I really didn't appreciate going back home as much. When you are early in your journey, you just focused on let me go out and do what I need to do.
That's right. That's right.
Now I appreciate being home a lot more because
Go ahead.
when you were asking about living versus
right.
survival,
That's right.
I would always equate back home with survival, and Atlanta with living.
Gotcha.
But the further you go, you start to realize back home is living.
Wow. That was very poetic. That is, because my best times, all my family is from North Carolina, Elizabeth City. Shout out Elizabeth City.
Shout out Elizabeth
Come on, I'm
City.
telling you,
Yeah.
I felt like, you feel like you're living when you're away.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You say it's like, but that was home though. Although I lived in Atlanta, that was where family was. And it was like, you just felt, you just felt different growing up like that around family.
And
for
then
sure.
you get to a place where you just want to run from everything you know.
That's right. Go ahead.
And so I felt like, when I came to Atlanta, that's what I was trying to do. I just needed something new. I just wanted something fresh.
Come on.
You young, you don't feel like you had a support system there. I think a lot of, especially when you in your early 20s, you feel like
Gotcha.
everybody against you. You got
That's
something
a fact.
to prove.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's who we are in our early 20s.
Yeah, it's like you got something
I'll
to
show
prove.
you. But
you don't really realize that,
support.
it's a lot of people that's been helping you even when you don't know it.
Come
You
on.
know what I mean? That's just been trying to,
So true.
just help you balance
Navigate.
out.
That's right.
Yeah, navigate. That's the
right,
word
that's
I
right.
need right there.
And-
Navigate all of your the obstacles that you've been having in front of you. You don't realize how much help you've been having from the background.
True. That's so true. In a previous interview, you mentioned how influential your mom was in your early stages of getting on.
Yeah.
As far as come on now, that's real.
Yeah, shout out,
Can you speak? Come on, shout out to mom, man. Can you
No
speak
matter
on that?
what, she was,
That's right.
always. I mean, I don't know how much she believed in it,
Gotcha.
but she know that I did. So,
Gotcha.
she would support it.
That's right.
She helped me get on 106 in Park.
Go ahead.
And now,
Let's get past that. Come on
yeah,
now.
because like that, I would always dream about being
That's
on
right.
106 in Park Freestyle Friday.
That's hard,
And
man.
it's
That's
like
too
she
hard.
was. I'm just in Oklahoma, and I think at that point I was in Tulsa, and she was just sending my music out to some of the reps at BET.
Right. Which was harder then.
Hard.
It was just different. It was
you
different then.
It was really
It was
like
one or two avenues.
and that's one thing that I realized. My mom's like persistence.
Gotcha.
Was like through the roof. If
Right.
there was something she set her mind to, she was gonna get it done.
Wow.
And so that was like some of the unthinkable right there.
Go
like,
ahead.
how could you ever? You grow up. I used to come home from school and hope that I make it just in time before it came on.
Right,
so
right.
I would.
That's dope. That's dope.
But
she was plotting right then, right along with you. to
yeah,
get it done. That's
just
dope.
seeing that
So
I was
dope.
putting out mixtapes and stuff at school.
In school.
Yeah.
How many
in
people-
School.
Man.
Yeah, we was printing them up, passing them out.
Do y'all hear that?
Yeah.
In school, putting out mixtapes.
Yep.
Everybody start rapping at 2040.
Yeah,
Come on now.
you
Man,
know, we
come
was
on.
burning CDs and stuff.
Come on,
burning
you know,
the mixed
that's right,
CDs.
that's right.
So
That's a
I would
fact.
throw my music on there, but we would go to the car wash. It was a car wash in Tulsa called Soul Brothers. It's
Gotcha.
a pretty
Dope,
legendary.
Shout out to Soul Brothers.
Yeah, Soul
man.
Brothers.
That's
It's
hard.
no
That's
longer
what's up.
there.
Okay, gotcha.
But me and my homeboy would go. We would, press up like, I don't know, a few CDs and then go up there, sell them all.
That's what's up.
We would probably make, $100,
Man,
split
you
it.
can't tell me. You couldn't tell you nothing. You couldn't tell you nothing.
Go
It's like,
back,
come on
buy
now.
some more,
That's
press
right.
them up,
That's
make
dope.
another 100.
That's dope.
And do the same at school. But it was, people still have those CDs today, which is
Wow.
crazy. I'm like, dang,
Wow.
it's really cool.
dope.
I can't get my hands
dope.
on one.
It
I'm
seems
like, yo, can y'all send it to
right,
me?
Right. So no. So we got it for sale.
Yeah, that's
It's a
crazy. They won't give it to
classic.
me.
It's a classic. No, you ain't getting it.
That's wild.
That's real though. That's real, man. Let me ask you. You started off in the realm of battle rapping. Mm-hmm. This day full of popcorn. Does that you have to have a certain level of integrity to be a battle rapper? Does that now just moving forward in your career? Is that why it's hard for you to create songs with man, I can't even go all the way off like that deep in.
I'm able to separate it now, and know what's for what song.
For what song? Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so not every, I used to always want to try to fit everything into one song. Man, they gotta know I can rap. They gotta, but they gotta hear these melodic hooks too.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
But
That
some
does.
songs
That makes sense.
now I know,
Right.
okay, this just needs this. It may be like a boom bap beat,
Gotcha.
and you might find some little cool ways to throw
That's
your
right.
melodies in, but you ain't gonna overdo it like
Gotcha.
that.
That's
Sometimes
real.
it's time to just strap up the Timbs.
Right, that's right.
And you know what I mean? Stand over the barrel with the fire in it.
That's real.
Hoodie
That's
music.
Real, right.
So
Put the hoodie right on. That's it. That's real. That's real.
yeah.
Let me ask you, man. Let's talk about Racks.
Okay.
Featured in NBA 2K.
Yeah.
The remix features King Gotti. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little about the inspiration behind that track.
That was one of those songs where I was just riding down the street.
Gotcha.
I might have been listening to the beats and just
That'd be hard too.
came up with something. I'm like, dang, I gotta record this on my phone. Like this
So
might
you do
be
that. You really be in the moment when you like, wow, that's hard. That's hard.
It don't happen a lot, but you know, sometimes you might just want to hear beats while you
That's right.
on the way to the
That's
studio
dope.
or you in the mood to write. So I just remember coming up with this hook and I was like,
Right.
oh my God, I might need to record that. Some stuff you don't record or you don't like write down or whatever
right.
because you think you're gonna remember it.
Yeah. That
But
one,
you don't.
That one you like.
You
I
don't.
ain't
You
missing
really
this
don't
one.
remember it.
That's real. That's real.
So yeah, with that one, I was like, let me record it in my phone. So I got to go back and check where the voice notes are so I can see.
Wow, that's hard.
Yeah.
And did you record only just the hook, or you was like a little bit in the verse too?
I think I did like the melody of like the verse and picked parts of it out.
Gotcha. For the hook, you said.
Yeah,
Gotcha,
like
that's hard.
I might have just did like a whole like mumble track while the beat was playing, and then picked parts out that I really liked,
Gotcha.
and put words to them. So
You're very ambitious.
I'm very ambitious.
You spoke about that earlier about, you know, like being in your 20s and, you know, like I have to, hey, you know, I got something to prove.
Yeah,
Even in the track racks, you said, I've been doing what I said.
yeah.
I've been doing
What I said I would.
None of this was accidental.
None of it was accidental.
Speak on that. That's exactly what you like. You really hone in.
You gotta double down on what your dreams are, like, because nobody's ever going to figure it out for you. Only you know your potential, your true potential.
That's right.
Like, people can suggest things, they can see things in you.
That's so true.
But
they don't.
They don't know how far you can.
Come on, that's a fact.
It's
that's
like
a fact. That's
they're
a fact.
only basing it off of what you show them.
That's so true.
And sometimes you haven't showed them anything,
That's
and
so
so they
true.
don't believe in it.
That's so true.
And so anybody that that believes in me this far is like a result of what I've shown them. But I know that I got more. Like, y'all ain't really seen me in my bag.
Gotcha.
So
and does that actually? Because I know. Do you have a lot in the tuck?
I got a lot in the tuck. A lot in the tuck.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's why I don't really record like that no
you
more.
have so much, and they're not just fillers. These are.
Yeah, it's just because I have been a studio artist before.
Gotcha.
You know, where you just like being in there recording every day.
Right.
But then you get to a point where it's like, I gotta put it out.
Gotcha. It becomes like, yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, it could be overwhelming at
it's like I got hits, but what's the point of
Gotcha.
having like hits if you don't formulate a way to roll it out?
That's so true. The business side always has to marry. The
Mm-hmm.
business side always, and that's what that as us as independent artists, man, we have to
figure out a way to, and it has to meet your expectations. So it's not necessarily just dropping it.
That's so true.
It's like you want to drop it the way you would like to drop it.
So true.
So, and then like we were saying earlier, by the time you get all those things lined up, the song may be like
a little. Yep, that's 4 months.
And it's like, man, I just recorded a song last week that I want to put out
now. Gotcha.
So that's the struggle of an artist.
That's the struggle of an artist. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Ad libs.
Yes, ad libs.
Do you feel like ad libs are necessary for a song?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They are. I used to, and I remember I had one of the first little recording setups I had was at my grandmother's house. It was a computer mic hooked up actually into the mic port.
Okay, right.
And
at a mic port.
Yes,
that's classic.
In the mic port of the Dell.
That's classic.
And so,
right.
Excuse me. So I remember I would record songs and put them on SoundClick.
Gotcha, classic.
Not SoundCloud.
Not Cloud. Click. Classic.
SoundClick.
Classic.
And that was a wave.
That was a 4-year wave.
You had to be
a
part of that
that's
to really see how effective that was.
That's a fact.
And I met a lot of, it's some people that I know now to this day that I met from SoundClick.
That's real. That was the MySpace.
Yeah.
SoundClick, right? That was that era right there. That's right. That's right.
Before the Reverb Nation, all that stuff.
That's right.
SoundClick was it.
That's real.
So, I forgot what I was saying. I put music on there.
Gotcha.
And I remember this one dude was just like, why you don't do no ad libs? Why is it just one? But I didn't know. I'm just spitting.
Jay-Z.
But ever since he said that, I can't do one without ad.
Gotcha.
They gotta tell me now. I got a pretty good. I feel like I'm pretty good at ad libs. I know it's a struggle for some people.
Right.
But not everything needs ad libs though.
Do you have a signature ad lib?
Yeah, I say yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like yeah.
If you heard another artist using your ad lib, would you be offended or honored?
I don't know. I guess it depends on who it is.
Gotcha.
It depends on who it is.
Which leads me to my next question. Infamous Erykah Badu said to millions, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Mm-hmm. Are you sensitive about your shit?
I look at Sneed like, am I sensitive? I feel like I'm not that sensitive for real.
Gotcha. Okay.
I feel like at this point you gotta be like,
gotcha,
able to take some criticism. Like people can tell me like I ain't really feeling that,
gotcha.
But I'm still the person that's like the Monopoly player,
right?
So I'm still like
Everything
I take that information.
That's a fact.
And I build on it. I come back harder every time.
That's a fact. I respect that for sure. Let's get a little personal.
Okay.
What's the last thing you watched? What's the last movie you watched?
See, this is funny because I don't really watch movies. I fall asleep on them.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It was a movie about what's that singer that sings Strange Fruit?
The singer that
Strange Fruit.
That's what it's called?
No, the song is Strange Fruit.
Oh, gotcha. No, I'm sure.
What's her name? Yeah. Billie Holiday.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So it was a Billie Holiday movie that we was watching on Thanksgiving. It was actually really good.
Wow, Strange Fruit.
Yeah.
Go back and listen. I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, it was
for sure.
about like black people being hung. Yeah, that's
Billie
what the
Holiday.
song is.
Wow, gotcha.
Yeah,
wow.
And they were trying to stop her from singing that but she was like, that's what's really happening, and so they were trying to get her locked up. The government was trying to do things to make her stop performing it, but she was
free speech.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should see it. It was a good movie.
Gotcha. Okay, that's good. Man, I gotta check that out.
Okay.
As a fan only, who's your favorite artist? Do you have a favorite artist? Is it hard or?
It's not really hard. It's not hard at all. I would say artist is kind of hard.
Okay, gotcha.
Jay-Z.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, Jay-Z.
You're Mount Rushmore. You're 4.
Okay, this is what I was about to say. My favorite rapper is Jay-Z.
Classic. Gotta know who's second then.
My favorite songwriter and my favorite all around is Drake.
I knew that was going to be
my favorite all around is Drake.
Sis, that's my second as well.
Really?
And third is Kanye.
That's what I was about to say.
Who are you?
That's what I was about to
That's hard.
Because Kanye, I like
Come
his
on, that's my top 3.
freedom of speech. I like his you can't predict them.
You cannot. That's artistry at its finest.
And it's genuine. It's genuine. It's organic. It's like uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Whatever.
It pushes the envelope.
Yeah, every time.
You remember when to let you know how dope Kanye is. When Jay-Z said, Kanye's the type of artist that kind of just goes over the hill and sees what's over there. Then he'll come back and be like, hey, y'all, it's some shit
There's some shit over the hill.
That's who Kanye is, man. Like he touches the boundary. Like,
I love
real.
Kanye's fearlessness.
Man, he's
fearless.
On and off the court.
Yeah, on and off the court. I saw the picture of where I think he was in like Abu Dhabi or somewhere with a studio in the middle of the desert. It was crazy. I'm like, yo, he's just that's living. That's living. That's living for sure.
That's living. Let me ask you this for your fans. Mm-hmm. After a concert or a show, what do you feel like after you rock the stage and your head hits the pillow?
Just ask me again. What hits the pillow?
I'm a fan. I want to know, how do you feel as an artist after you rock a stage? How do you feel when you get home and your head hits the pillow?
Oh, okay. I feel complete. Like,
gotcha. That's
if
dope.
I know I did a good show,
gotcha,
I feel good. If I did a bad show, it's gonna really bother me.
Gotcha. Do you deal with any performance anxieties?
Yeah, because
every artist does, I think.
I'm not a dancer, so like a lot of those things, like I really have to rehearse. I really have to, know where I'm gonna be on the stage. I have to know, of course, some things are like improv.
Right,
but
for
like,
sure. Based on the crowd, how they were reacting, things like that.
yeah, most
That's real.
dancers though, like they naturally have that. I'ma just get up here and just start, body rolling
Right,
in the
that's
middle.
real. That's real.
But that's
That's
something
real.
that I know that doesn't come naturally for me.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
it's something that I have to practice.
Constantly practice.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I gotta practice more than the average, just because it doesn't come naturally
Gotcha.
for me. So
Gotcha. Okay. Let me ask this. Fill in the blank. The older I get, the less I.
The less I judge people.
I love that. We're just ordinary people.
Yeah, like
we just,
because a
go
lot
ahead.
of
That's
times,
real.
like
That's real.
we judge people based off of what we see.
Go ahead.
And we don't really like have like the other information.
Right. We just,
This thing crazy because
we don't
you
even,
might not know that he
man,
done
that's
been in
so
5
true.
drive-bys and he
Wow.
done lost a cousin, a mama. You know what I mean? Like,
That's so,
it's more to the story.
That takes wisdom to even speak on that.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
I'm getting
even
to
say
that
something
place
like that.
where
Yeah,
it's
when
like
you just,
giving people grace.
wow.
Giving people grace. And just realizing like I need the same grace.
Go ahead.
Because this
You're
was
right.
it's
No,
a lot
go
of
ahead.
shit
So
that don't
we
meet
all-
the
come
eye.
So
but
I got 7 toes over
yeah,
here.
okay, wait a minute now. What kind of grace you need?
I need Kanye grace.
Nah,
dog.
I
Yeah,
just
that's real.
I
That's
give
real.
people the grace nowadays.
real.
Like
I respect
I
that.
think when you're young and you immature,
You
you expect
come on.
people if they don't react or
Right, that's so
respond the way you want
Right,
them to
yeah.
respond.
You're like, man, who is this?
You want to cut people off quicker.
So true.
Without having
Wow.
a conversation. I feel like when you start to mature,
Right.
you want to get to the bottom of stuff. Like, why?
Man, that
Why?
That makes so much. No, yeah,
It's
that
easier
makes so
to
much
grow
sense.
from why than by. You know what I mean?
She can't help it, y'all. She can't help it. It's in her. It's in her.
in me.
She
I'm
can't help
about
it.
to start going
He can't help. She can't help.
Nah,
It's in
for
her.
real. Like,
Man, that's real. I respect
with
that.
family. And I think I don't know why, but it's a lot harder for family to
Gotcha.
get to that place.
Gotcha.
It's sometimes easier for people to forgive friends than family.
Because of what?
The expectations.
And you said an E word, and I wasn't even. Mine was entitlement.
Entitlement as well,
And
yeah.
expectations.
I'm your
Wow.
cousin. You shouldn't have. But it's like, dang, we growing together. You know what I've been through.
Come
I know
on,
what you've
come
been
on.
through. Give me a little grace.
Give me a little grace.
Let's work through
That's
stuff.
2024.
Give me
grace.
some grace.
Give me some grace. I love it, man.
I'm gonna have a
24,
shirt.
I
Give me
like
some
that.
grace. That
Give
might
me
be a
some
dope
grace.
little
That's
project.
hard, man.
Project name. Give me a little
Wow,
grace.
man, y'all heard it here.
With
Integrity
church,
Response. That's all.
church inspired.
Man, that's for real.
That's a hard. Hey, we might have to
That's
collab
hard,
on the whole
man.
project.
That is hard.
Yeah.
Give me some, man. I respect that. I needed to hear that. I know the fans wanted it. I know the fans
For
need to
sure.
hear that for sure.
The world will be a better
Come
place.
on. That's real.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you, sis. Dating back a year.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were about to say dating. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Dating back a year.
Okay.
What's something you learned about yourself?
A year. What I've learned is that you've always had it. You've always had what you was looking for.
Expound.
When you go out, like I was talking about the early 20s and just running and chasing stuff.
Go ahead.
And you finally like get some of those things, or you see, get in some of those rooms, or you attain some of those possessions that you after.
Right.
You realize like, oh, okay,
That's
what it felt like. And so it's like, okay, you start to figure out what else, you could be searching for material possessions forever if you don't find what
That's
you're
a
looking
fact.
for.
I was just, when you said that, the first thing that came to my mind was it's a billionaire out there right now. The only thing he could think about is getting the next billion. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it never satisfied.
I always wanted to. Man, I gotta get to the
That's true.
so and so millions
Come on,
and
come on.
100 million.
Right, come on.
But when you think about it, like, that's a scary amount of money. That's a scary amount of money.
I'm glad you brought that up. What is like? It's no,
is.
but
Because look what comes with that. Like, you got these big corporations that are a part of it.
Absolutely.
You got people.
Absolutely.
I mean, it gets deep.
Irv Gotti just sold his masters, $50 million.
Yeah.
It was like I can live off the I'm sorry, what am I saying? I can live off the interest, 8%, which is $4 million a year. So I don't have to touch it.
Yeah, you don't even have to.
I broke it down. It was like $4 million divided by 12. It got.
Yeah.
Man, it's so much money. Like you think about it. Like it's like, okay,
I don't know why people.
How do they spend that amount of money? But it is
on what?
On what?
It's like, but that's what you start to realize is like,
right.
What am I chasing?
Gotcha.
Like, once you've gotten the amount of money that you can pay your bills, you can enjoy time, because that's what's important to me is the time, the freedom.
We're gonna get into that too.
To do what I can, the freedom to do what I want to do.
That's so true. That's priceless.
And that's why I never was big on like a 9 to 5.
Gotcha. And
I worked them.
Right. We had to do what
they stepping stools.
But some people work them to get out.
Yeah.
Some people work them to advance. Some people work them to be stagnant.
And some people, find a good balance in that.
So
and I respect that as well.
That's a fact.
But I'll say never stop like betting on yourself. Everybody got something that they could do. Don't get scared or put yourself in that box to where it's like, let me just play this shit safe. Because it's not as safe as you think.
You could be great or you could be safe.
Yeah.
You can't be both.
We all seen that in the pandemic. Like, people's jobs were just dropping like that. It's like, damn, if you don't have some type of skill or some type of business within your home, and that's why I started paying more attention to, like, we really got to look within our circles and band together.
And that's right. And bet on yourself.
Yeah.
And bet on those around you. That's a fact.
And
that's
really help out your friends.
That's right.
Support what they got going on. The same way that you expect them to support you. Not all of my friends are like fans of my music.
Gotcha.
Most of my friends are not fans of my music.
It's because they've seen the journey and it's become stagnant in a sense. You know what I mean? Like
it's like, but I don't even make friends. I used to make friends based on if they did music and stuff, but now I don't. I look at people like, who's a good person?
Human.
That's all I care. Like,
humans.
Music is for me.
Right.
And the people that it's for are going to gravitate to it.
So true.
But I don't like putting the pressure on my friends to support my music.
Right, to be my fan.
Because some people will cut you off for not reposting a song.
I've heard.
For real, I used to feel like that.
No.
These niggas ain't reposting. And they just said, happy birthday to Beyonce. That's the type of stuff that'll make you stop being friends. Did a whole video tribute to Beyonce for her birthday, and you just want to download.
But as with family, we spoke of the E word, the 2 E words.
Entitlement.
That's who we
and expectations.
And that's what we are. And you even spoke on going into 2024 with the G word.
What did I say?
With grace.
Oh, grace. I was about to say gratitude too.
But it's like, because now you know, like, giving y'all grace. I don't expect anything.
I'm not gonna put that on nobody.
I'm telling you, we all deal with that as artists, because like I spoke before, like I'm sensitive about my shit.
So you sensitive about okay.
That's how it is. So we are for sure. So dating back a year, I asked about you. Dating back a year, what's something you learned about those around you?
I learned that. I learned that I had some good people around me.
Gotcha. That's what's up.
And I learned that everybody else is growing too.
Come on.
And just because y'all may not be at the same place on y'all's growth chart, doesn't mean that you give up on them.
That's right.
Because sometimes I was just having a conversation with one of my friends about relationships and stuff, and we were talking about our men and like where we are in the relationship. And I was just saying, like, sometimes it takes people I mean, even just in regular life, like sometimes you may get to a place to where you don't wake up and make your bed every day.
Gotcha.
But you got to work on those things.
That's a daily. That's a daily.
Yeah.
That's man.
You gotta. If that's
so
something
true.
that you want to get
So
better
true.
at,
That's a fact.
you got to work on it. So, in a relationship, there may be things that your spouse is working on that you may be ready for.
Right.
There may be things that that it may take them a few years to get it right.
That's a fact. That's right.
But you have to, give them some grace.
Go ahead.
Give them some grace.
That's a fact. That's right. That's right.
And you gotta kind of weigh it out on like,
That's true.
is it worth it? Is it, what's all at stake? But
That's right.
I learned that everybody's not at the same place of growth.
Gotcha.
And you gotta make sure that you take the time to really analyze all the
That's a fact. That's a
information
fact.
before you make a decision.
That's a fact.
Based on just emotions.
Gotcha. Let me ask you this. Besides that dude Sneed, what's your proudest accomplishment in life? You saw what I did there?
Wait a minute. Besides, let me put this drink down.
Integrity.
I was gonna say, what kind of question is this? Besides that dude Sneed, and then Sneed in the back talking about, y'all trapped me. I don't know where they brought me to.
What's your greatest accomplishment in life thus far?
Greatest accomplishment in life. I would say, being a good daughter.
Man, that's dope. That's dope.
Being a good daughter.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah.
Wow, I respect that. That's dope. Man, like what? Can you speak on that? Like just like.
Well, we spoke about my mother. I lost my mother in 2016.
Sis, I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
sorry.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Okay.
She passed in 2016.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. So what I learned from that was, when you get to the last part of your life, you start to really, and if you have to witness that, you start to see what's really important.
Gotcha.
And none of that stuff is important.
Gotcha.
What was important and what, meant the most to me is that I was able to take care of my mother when she needed to be taken care of.
That's right.
I was there for her in her last days. I was staying up. I was her crutch.
Gotcha.
And that is, that matters. Because, like, when you think about the sacrifices that your parents make for you.
That's so true. You don't see it in the
you
moment.
You don't see it.
In the moment. You never see it in the moment.
And then you hope that you plant enough good seeds in your life so that if you were in that position.
That's right.
And you needed to be taken care of,
right.
that you did enough good to where somebody would be there for you and be your crutch.
Absolutely.
So I just moved my grandmother here to Atlanta.
All right.
In April, so she's been up here about 8 months.
That's awesome.
So that's important to me to be
Very
like
so.
and I think that's also like in honor of my mom.
That's dope.
Looking after her mom.
That's right. I love that, man. That's dope. That is dope, man. I love that for sure.
Thank
and
you.
How is she enjoying this last? How has she been enjoying it?
She enjoys it. I mean, she has her land and stuff back home. So
gotcha.
Once you get to that age, you don't necessarily like plan on going anywhere else.
You want for nothing. You're just like, I'm settled wherever I'm settled.
Right. So I don't think she expected. I mean, I know she wanted to come visit, but she had some health complications and stuff, so she didn't. She wasn't able to come visit, but she's able to visit now.
Okay,
and
good.
We spent Thanksgiving together, and she got her room at the crib.
Right.
So
okay. That's
it
good.
was just that she couldn't, take care of herself the same way that she has always been able to. So now with her being down here, she's able. And Sneed has been such a big help, and that's. Shout out Sneed.
That's dope, bro. That's dope.
He's been such a big help because, like, when you find somebody that's able to, like, love your family, like,
come on.
You love their family.
That's right.
And then you know that you planted some good seeds somewhere.
True. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm putting you on the spot, man. It's an integrity response.
You say you put me on the spot?
Putting y'all on the spot. It's an integrity response.
Okay, what? Why the dramatic pause?
Wait for that beat to drop. Let the beat build. When is the wedding?
You want to bring him over here?
Come on in here, Sneed. When is the wedding?
Nah, he don't gotta come in here. He don't gotta come in here. He don't gotta come. When is the wedding?
Man, y'all, let me tell you, man. As a married man, tell y'all.
Yeah, hold on, let me get a drink. Wait.
Let me tell y'all, man. Let me tell y'all. Marriage is duty.
Yeah.
You may think that you have tomorrow. You may think you have 6 months. You want to plan the perfect wedding. You want to do all the things right. My finances have to be in order. Mm-hmm. If anything happened to her job, I want to make sure I do this. Anything happened to his job, I want to make sure Man, that's not what it's about. I'm telling you, you will wait and wait and wait. And then you'll look up and say, my life partner been here the entire time.
Right.
This ring don't mean nothing.
No, I'm with you.
Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ring don't mean nothing.
I really don't care about the wedding.
It doesn't. We don't either. The ring it's literally like
symbolic.
It is. I always say the expression. I love my wife so much I got the law involved. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But you brought them in. Them folks in.
But it's not. It's that, man. I'm just saying, man. Y'all are representing something that people don't get to see, and y'all do it well.
Thank you.
With integrity.
Thank you. With integrity.
With integrity. So
it's coming.
Yeah, our brothers and sisters are looking.
I think it's coming.
Yeah, and it's come on now. It's a lot of vessels out here that are watching those in relationships.
I think it's important.
For sure.
I was always raised to be a wife. I wasn't, not necessarily.
You don't hear that. You don't hear that. Steve.
You say you don't. That's not a normal thing.
That's not what.
That's not a normal thing to hear no more.
Wow, that's not.
Okay.
Respect for sure.
Thank you.
Always raised to be. That's hard. That's dope.
Yeah, it's important. It's important. Sure. But I always wanted to make sure that I was married before I started having kids. So
gotcha.
I haven't been
respect.
Having no kids until the.
I respect that for sure. Marriage. It changes things. It does.
What, the kids or the marriage?
The kids.
Oh,
the kids changes everything. It's it's not one flight ticket. It's what I'm saying.
For sure. We got 2 dogs last year, and that's done changed things. We got 2 dogs, and it's dang, we can't just take a trip without finding somewhere for them to be.
That's a fact. Did y'all get them trained, or y'all train them yourself?
We're training them ourselves.
How has that journey been?
It's a journey.
It is. So my wife and I, we're thinking about getting our dog. Taking them off for a week or two.
Oh, so you got a dog?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, what kind of dog you got?
Oh, goodness, don't put me on the blast. Oh, my goodness. It's a goat. Oh, my goodness, my wife's going to kill me. It's you mix with the lab with the poodle? Golden Doodle.
Oh, okay.
Golden Doodle.
Those are so cute.
Man, big white boy.
Yeah.
Big white boy, man. So, yeah, man, it's and look,
it's a responsibility. People think you just got a dog and it's like, oh, you have a dog. No, they're like humans, and
they are. They are.
I'm like, they have personalities and
that's a fact. That's
different ticks or things that they don't like and do like, and it's like, dang, I gotta.
Yeah, you're right. And y'all bought 2 of them exactly together. Or?
We had one probably a month or 2 before the other, but we started feeling like. The first one needed someone to.
It's not the same dog though.
No, one is we have a bully. We have a micro exotic bully.
Gotcha.
And then we have a another type of bully.
Right? Ain't it hard? All the spot.
Yeah. Right. We got a few bullies.
That's what's up. Definitely.
What's he?
What's that?
Oh, a pocket. I'm like, he keeps showing me his foot. You got some money? A pocket bully. Yeah. So we got 2.
Man, fill in the blank for fans.
Okay.
My day wouldn't be the same without. Look at me, look at that sneak.
My day wouldn't be the same without YouTube. Like, man, that's real. Seriously. That's real. As I'm moving throughout my day, I'm just playing stuff in the background on YouTube.
So you have premium.
Yes.
Most people.
Yes, I can't do
go without it.
Once you go premium,
it changes everything.
I can't go back.
When people say something about commercial, I'm like, what do you mean?
A commercial? We don't do those over here. We on some different shit. We don't do them commercials.
What y'all talking about, man? What?
Yeah, YouTube, I'm on it all day, every day.
That's a fact.
Every podcast, I'm watching documentaries.
Give me your top. Do you have your top 3 podcasts?
Yeah, Of course, I watched the Joe Budden podcast.
Come on now.
I've been
Me
feeling
too.
away about a
Me
few
too.
episodes. I don't know.
Go ahead.
I've been feeling a few ways. I don't know how I feel about him doing the paywall on certain episodes and then taking it away for certain episodes.
It's putting it on.
But I gotta respect the hustle.
You do.
It's his platform.
That's a fact. That's true.
Another podcast. I like Earn Your Leisure.
Classic.
Earn Your Leisure.
That's right.
For
That's
sure.
right. For sure.
And another one. I'm gonna try to pick a good because I listen to so much.
You listen to Club Shay Shay?
I like Club Shay Shay. Yeah,
classic.
My other one is the Integrity Response
Man,
Podcast.
come on, yo, play it.
Yes.
Shout out to the Integrity.
Yes.
That's dope.
They
Man,
got a nice
waves,
set.
man.
It's looking
come
good
on,
over
sis.
here.
Come on.
It's
We on the
looking
way,
good,
sis. That's
for
love.
sure.
That's love, man. That's love.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. Let me ask you this. Okay. All right. I know it's hard. What's the most introspective song you've ever written? I know that's tough.
I feel like...
And is it released?
I would say I wrote a song about my mother and the actual day that she passed, and like step by step, like what I was going through, up until the point to where she had passed, and my dad had flew in to Atlanta, and by the time he landed, he didn't know that she had passed already, and so having to drive to the airport. And him get in the car, he's like, how's she doing? And I'm like, I gotta... The hardest thing was telling my dad that she's not here or she passed. And that was the love of his life, So,
Wow.
And I had to be strong for the, because I had my little sister with me. We were going to pick up my dad, and we didn't want to tell him because... we didn't want to tell him before he got on the flight, but she had passed before he got on the flight.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it was an uncomfortable car ride because I know he was just trying to keep it all together for us and not lose it. So he was kind of just squirming in the seat a little bit, discomfort, not being able to sit still, but not being able to just let it out. Yeah, it was uncomfortable. It was a tough conversation. But I wrote a song about those moments leading up, that day.
What was that? That's personal. That's a very personal song.
Yeah.
That took a lot of. Is that released?
No.
And I was gonna say, I know you don't even know when and how to put that out, or even if that's for us.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell what song I'm gonna drop next. It just I just pick from whichever one I feel is the best for that moment.
That's the one, the most intricate.
It was tough. It was the toughest one. Like as far as like going back and listening. I feel like if I did it after she passed, but I feel like at this point, I would go back and make it better.
Tough.
I feel like I'm a doper artist now.
Tough. That's tough.
So I would sauce it up a little better.
Gotcha.
But
and how even just even thinking about that, the first thing come to mind is like, how do you even find even production to even you know what I mean? Like that's
for a song like that.
That's what I'm saying.
The track gotta speak to me first. I don't go in
tough,
thinking
man.
like, I need a song for my mom.
Gotcha.
I've tried that before.
I gotcha.
But like that always puts me in a box. Sometimes I gotta have the track tell me what to feel.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
So yeah, that was one of them ones where it's like, dang, this is what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah.
Like this is what I'm going through.
Do you have a title for that?
I forgot what the title was.
That's not even. Something told me to ask. Is there even a title for that?
There is, but I forgot the title. I actually listened to it a few weeks ago. But I hadn't heard it in some years. So,
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Okay, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I didn't.
You didn't know? That's crazy.
I did not know. And that part, man. That part is, it ain't no amount of publicist I can even do, or even right now. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that part
I
you
know
didn't
it's
know.
always
That's tough.
like
That's tough, man.
awkward for people.
It is. That's tough.
Because it's hard to figure out what to say to somebody.
Yeah, that's a fact. Because
it's like your worst nightmare, and I think that's also what kind of gives you the freedom to, or the fearlessness.
Gotcha.
Because it's like one of the scariest things you could imagine. So once that happens, it's like, well,
you move.
I ain't scared of nothing else.
Move different.
Yeah, you start, which I can kind of relate with Kanye and when it comes to that.
Gotcha. Wow.
Yeah.
Who on earth knows you the best?
Knows me the best. I would hope Sneed.
Shout out to Sneed.
That's
what's up.
So.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, when you got a spouse,
That's right. That's what it's about.
You gotta kind of bury your soul to get through
That's
it.
a fact. My wife knows.
Yeah.
That's why I would say my wife first, my brother 2nd. You know, those two know.
I would say probably
it's amazing. Yeah,
my sister after that.
That's right. Definitely, man. How fast can you get a track done?
Really quick.
How fast can How fast can your ghostwriter get a track done?
My ghostwriter.
Bars.
Wait a minute. We don't do that.
We don't do those.
We haven't done it.
That's right.
I mean, I don't have nothing against nobody that does it, because I write for people too.
Gotcha. That's
so
real.
I understand. Like I was saying, with me with rehearsing and stuff, it's not something that comes natural for me.
Gotcha.
So there's people who I feel like I put in my 10,000 hours plus on making a song.
That's right.
So I can do that very quickly, and it'll be
right.
You know, my percentage of like hit to
and that's important.
My hit ratio is pretty high.
That's important.
But I know there's some people that it doesn't come as easily to. So I know that's important as well.
Gotcha.
Just making sure the artists that don't that they may have like it's not easy to deliver stuff. Some people you can write a song for and they just can't spit it.
I know what you're saying.
They just can't hear it. They can't, even when it comes to like the key.
That's important.
You're trying to have them rap it in a certain key and they'd be monotone, and it's like that doesn't come easily for everyone. So there's people that need writers.
What about what's your collab ratio? You know, like, all right, just say, you know, do you like to collab a lot? You know, 10 to 15%, or you like collab heavy? I
don't like to collab with. Listen, hold on, wait, because I was about to tell you.
Yeah, like
I don't really. If I know it's a smash already, I'm not putting nobody on it.
Gotcha. And how do you deal with those that know it's a smash and want to get on it?
I don't put them on it because it's just too much to have to. If it's already a hit without you,
what are we?
I'm gonna put you on the next one.
Gotcha.
When I have you in mind.
Respect it.
Like I will collab if I put people on songs if I feel like they're perfect for it.
Gotcha.
And it needs them.
And you went out to seek that.
Yeah.
It wasn't them coming to ask you.
No,
That's
I
real.
hate that.
That's the part.
Quit.
A lot of people,
don't ask me to get on this song.
Look at that camera
Never.
right there.
Don't ask me to get on.
Yes.
Nah, because they want to jump on the
No,
hit.
that's a fact. That's a fact.
Especially at the studio, you got the right people at the studio, and it's like,
that's real.
Hey, I got a 16
That's
for
real.
that.
That's real.
It only needs 12, but no.
Something just came to my mind.
What?
You started out as a producer.
I did used to produce.
Do
That's
you and
crazy.
Sneed ever?
He be trying to help me.
Yeah, like
because I don't really got it. Like when the thing that happened is I was like, when I started recording, I was getting like, I had the Fruity Loops and stuff.
Gotcha.
And I was making beats, but my computer had crashed.
Okay.
And then I just never picked it back up.
Gotcha.
I thought I was dope for the time, but like, a few years
Right.
passed.
That's right. You know how it go. It just, that's a fact.
So I make a beat probably once every 2 years or so, something like that.
What's your ratio with Sneed?
Of how many?
Yeah, like if I have 20 beats. Mm-hmm. No, I'm saying not beats. If I have 20 songs, how many came from Sneed?
Most of them.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's hard.
That's hard.
That's what's up.
I feel like we have a really good.
And he has a broad sound. You ain't.
Yeah.
You don't, man. I'm like, wait a minute.
We can do
man,
different
very
stuff.
Broad, very broad. Yes, for sure.
We could do like, because earlier I was like, yo, I need some like boom bap stuff. I feel like I need to, I got some, I forgot what the bar was, but I saved it in my phone. But I was like, I need something like that. But we make happy music together. Like the sounds, and the frequency of the music, we make happy music together.
That's dope.
So I blend it in, and I got a producer that he makes more of my like the street blend.
Everybody needs that. Everybody needs the That's
so
a fact.
I sprinkle that in between,
right.
but most of the songs that I record is with Sneed. Yeah,
that's dope. That's
for sure.
Dope. Shout out to Sneed.
Yeah, my favorite producer.
That's dope. Let me
Send me some beats.
Right, send me some beats. Right. Have you has the internet hindered or helped your career?
It definitely has helped.
Gotcha, for sure.
I feel like there are the downsides as well, like especially now, like content is everything. So you have to be less of an artist and more of a content creator. And it's frustrating.
Wow,
like,
you're absolutely right about that.
You don't wake up wanting to be on camera every day.
That's a fact. We didn't grow up on that.
Hell no.
We source XX.
Yeah,
we went to go watch.
We was clicking on the audio. Some of the songs was titled wrong, but we just started listening to the song. But
that's a fact.
Now you got to be a content creator. But I one thing that I did learn is that the importance of like being consistent is making sure that you shoot content in advance. Shoot content in advance.
Right.
And chop it up.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that you can plan it out. Instead of like, because I used to wake up and be like, oh dang, I need to shoot some content today.
Gotcha.
And that's like counterproductive because you never know what your day is gonna.
That's true.
Like hold. You might have some personal things that you need to tend to.
That's a fact.
But if you shot like 3 videos in a day,
right?
Not music videos, but just anything, and then have it already cut up 30 seconds to a minute.
That's right.
And have your days planned out a little better.
It is.
It's like I can just wake up and post,
right?
As opposed to waking up saying, "All right, I got to shoot something today."
Gotcha.
But you already defeated because some days I'm gonna wake up and I'm not gonna want to shoot anything.
Absolutely. Just like with the interviews, stack them up 3 in a day.
Yeah,
I'm good for that's how you do it. That's how you stack it, knock it out.
And then you could just, with one interview, you could chop it into
Come on now. That's a fact.
10 pieces of content, depending on what I mean.
True.
So
that's true.
I love and hate it.
I know what you're saying.
I love and hate it.
I even with the integrity response, I'm like on YouTube, I ain't chopping nothing up.
Yeah.
I'm just full interview. That's it. That's it.
Take it.
That's it. Take it.
Enjoy
this, man. That's a fact.
Yeah.
One place in this world, 1 week all inclusive. Where do you travel?
Ooh, where do I want to travel? 1 week all inclusive. I wouldn't mind going to. I'm not like super big on like leaving the country like
okay,
that.
Gotcha. Why is
that?
But
I don't know. I just don't.
Nothing.
It's never been just that big of a thing to me.
Is that because you're a small town girl in so many rights?
I don't know. I think it's like I need to know the laws of the land.
Gotcha.
Like
you go Brittany grabbing me.
Yeah, like I need to know where I'm going.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
What they be on. What type of stuff is going on here before? Because I used to watch a lot of Locked Up Abroad.
Gotcha. Classic.
I used to watch
that's classic.
That shit used to be like, wait a minute. So it's, and
that's
I've had friends that be, traveling and they done told me stories of,
gotcha.
Oh, so-and-so just came by and grabbed my passport and walked off into the, just being in another country.
Wow.
I don't know.
It gets like that. It gets like that. Like I was in the military, I can never forget being in Peru. Literally, on the big old city tour bus, and I'm arm out the window. Mm-hmm. 2 little boys came up and tried to take my man.
What?
It's like that, man. No, it's wherever you go, man. Hustlers everywhere you go, but no.
I'm not super, but I do want to. I wouldn't mind, like I like tropical places.
Yeah,
like
I mean. Yeah, Turks and Caicos right down the street.
We can go to Bali.
Yeah, that's right.
Get some. There's places that I would like to go, but I prefer going with a large group.
Okay, where would that place be? Just Bali? You were saying like?
I wouldn't mind going to. See, I've been changing all of my Mexico destinations as of recent. I'm gonna swing back through there, but I mean, we can do something like the Bahamas.
That's
We can
right.
go to
sure.
Jamaica,
That's right.
or
For
something
sure.
like
That's
that.
dope. All right, that's what's up. That's
Nothing
what's up.
too crazy.
Not
I wouldn't
too crazy.
mind going to. I definitely would like to go to Africa.
Man, that's
I don't know
same
exactly
here. Same
where.
here.
I know there's so many places in Africa that I would like to go, but I have a cousin that lives in Germany and he loves it.
Man, that's where
he
I was
was
born.
Stationed. Really?
Yeah, my parents were both stationed in Germany. I was born in Würzburg.
What?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, my
go
cousin
back
lives
too.
over there. He's like, yo, there's like no crime over here.
It's different.
Yeah, he's like,
man.
He's like, I look at the news and see
Wow.
what's going on over in America, and I'll be like, dang, that's crazy. Like, there's nothing going on over here. But he loves it.
Wow.
He was stationed over there in the Army.
Yep.
And then he went back after he, got out of the Army.
Said, man, what y'all doing over here in America, man? It's
yeah,
a whole better life over here.
Opened up him a barbershop.
Man, that's dope.
Chilling,
That's
yep.
dope.
Shout out to
I'm
Wayne.
pretty sure it's close to the base.
Probably
That's-
so.
yeah,
I'm
that's
not
hard,
sure.
man.
I
Shout out to
still
Wayne.
ain't
That's
went.
dope. That's
He
dope.
be giving me a hard time.
Yeah,
like,
just
you said you was gonna come
that's
over
hard.
here.
That's hard.
I'm
That's
coming.
what's
I'm
up.
coming. I'm
That's
gonna come to
dope,
Germany.
man. That's what's up. That's dope, man. That's dope.
Yeah.
Man, so let me ask you this. Having more time, and I already know the question. The answer, I'm sorry. Having more time or money, which one is more important to you? Or do I know the answer?
Okay, so when you ask more time, I guess translate that into like more time to do what I want to do. Not more time as in like a longer
Lifespan. No. Like, which one means more?
Yeah.
You know?
No, so I would say
some people
time.
work 18 hours a day.
Not
You know
me.
what I mean? Like,
not on some. I gotta love it.
that's a fact.
I
That's
gotta
a fact.
love it, or it's gonna run out. I definitely would like more time than money. Like that's
Same here. That's real.
money is it. I mean, how much can you get? But
We were just earlier. We
like
were just
what-
talking about that.
at
That's a
some
fact.
point, you gotta. I think that's what, even when it comes to the streets, that's where a lot of people get caught up at.
That's
It's
so
like
true. Don't know when to get out.
it's always more money to get.
So true.
And I think that's where a lot of the evil stuff come from.
That's a
It's
fact.
like
That's
just
so true.
chasing money.
Yeah, most people say, the love of money. No, it's people say, money is the root of all. It's
Yeah,
the love.
yeah,
of
the
money.
love of money is
Most
the
people
root of
get it
all
wrong,
evil.
but that's a fact. That's
Yeah,
so
so
true.
it's. I mean, I've always. I mean, and that's. I got songs called Racks. I got a song called. I mean, I got all kind of like.
Yeah, that's
songs like
yeah.
that.
Those are yeah.
But it's more like when you listen to the lyrics, it's really talking about
That's true.
bouncing back,
That's right. That's
hitting the
right.
bottom,
That's right.
getting back
It is
up.
a fact. That's a fact. That's a
dusting
fact.
yourself off,
That's the
getting back
message.
to
That's
it.
right. That's right.
So it's not just, just glorifying money
right.
or anything like that. It's like, nah, it's motivational music.
That's a
it's,
fact.
It's like, okay, once you,
It's a feel.
everybody gonna fall down.
Yeah, it's a feel.
Yeah.
And when you say motivation, think about hearing that with 2K. It's like,
Yeah.
man, I'm feeling,
Oh, yeah.
I'm feeling motivated.
And
like,
the full circle moment of like me playing basketball,
that's crazy.
and then like I play 2K. I
Right.
actually play it.
Gotcha.
So
You play. Okay,
I
that's dope.
actually do.
For sure.
And to be on the game
that's
and
crazy.
talking to people like, yo, it would be dope if I could get a song on here. They'd be like, yeah, you should send it in. A year later, I get a song in 2K, and it's like, wow, that
Wow.
I quit basketball my
Shout out to that. That's crazy.
senior year of high school. Going into my senior year of high school, I
Right.
quit basketball and just kind of jumped into music full time.
Gotcha.
Because it was a lot of politics with me playing basketball. Like the coaches were saying I was recruited and writing the athletic director and really trying to keep me off of the team.
They're saying you were recruited.
Yeah, recruited
Gotcha.
by
Oh,
another school.
Right. Okay.
So which I wasn't.
Gotcha.
But it was some stuff with the coach that kind of, just got a little messy.
Gotcha.
And when it gets to politics like that, especially
Yes.
if the coach's daughter is playing,
it
stuff
oh
like
my
that.
It changes everything.
Yeah, so I'm like, dang,
That's
I
a
just wanted
fact.
to play basketball. Like, I'm in there. They bring me to a meeting where I'm having to plead my case in front of the athletic director and her, whoever,
Right.
the board. And I'm crying. I'm like, I just want to play basketball. And they denied me. And I had to sit out a year. And within that year, I just kind of dove more into music.
Gotcha.
And when I came back, and that, because I played my 9th grade year, and I was playing like, I was playing JV and freshman.
Gotcha. Yep.
And but I was good. I was scoring like 30 points a game.
Stop.
I'm not even lying. People be thinking I'm capping. I was scoring like, and I had the JV and the freshmen. I had us in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying just me, but when you score 30 points a game,
I mean that ain't light. That ain't.
I kind of had us in there, but like I wanted to be on varsity, and the coach wasn't putting me. The parents were asking like, why isn't she on varsity? That was what I dreamed of.
Right.
But for whatever reason, she didn't. And
do you think it had anything to do with, because I used to play as well. Do you think it had anything to do with maturity? Or really politics? Like, no, I'm not. It
was I think maybe a mix of. I don't know really what it could have been.
30 points a game, you supposed to be playing
it's like,
varsity.
what we doing? What we talking about?
Whoa.
I might have been a little cocky.
Gotcha. Because sometimes coaches.
I was good. What am I supposed to say?
And I could bar everybody.
Yeah, what are we doing? So,
that's
I
crazy.
played so she actually gave me, she let me suit up for varsity. I was sitting on the bench, and I'm just sitting there like, she tried to put me in a minute in the game when it's going. And I was telling one of the upperclassmen, I was like, I wanted to be on varsity, but I don't want to ride the bench. That's kind of crazy.
That's right.
But she went and told the coach, and the coach had a big, it's always somebody that's.
Absolutely.
But she kicked me off the team for that.
Wow.
Which was crazy. Now that you look back at something like that.
You just changed the scope of my.
What you mean?
No, I'm saying she.
Oh, yeah.
You just changed the scope of my.
Yeah. Kicked me off the team.
Wow.
I didn't get to finish out that year, but that's when I went to go switch schools because I couldn't play for that school.
Right, gotcha.
And they said that I was recruited to the other school because she didn't want me to compete with the team that I just left. So she said I was recruited to that school. And so I went to appeal it.
Right.
And they denied it. So I had to sit out my 10th grade year. And I came back 11th grade year and I was playing. And I just wasn't. It wasn't as good.
It wasn't the same.
I felt like I had. In
11th grade, you were playing varsity then.
I was playing varsity then, but I just felt like, dang, at this point, everybody getting letters already.
Gotcha.
Know where they're going, and I'm like, well, let me just do this music.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Hindsight.
Coaches can really throw.
Man, that's a fact.
Yeah, your life
could
off.
change some things, but when you're looking back at it now, was it like?
Things would have been a little different. I probably would have went to like a D1 college or something like that, and really did the, went after the basketball thing.
Right.
But
I know what you're saying. Do you still actively play now? Do you still?
I still got it.
Gotcha.
I
man.
still got it now.
What you talking about? That's hard.
I still got it
for sure.
Yeah, I might have. I still got to get back in the shape that I was in.
Look, it never leaves.
Shot though,
never leaves you.
The shot
it never leaves. Like my dad, 62 to this day, can still.
Oh, he's still hooping.
He can still put.
What?
Can't move like he.
Yeah, my dad be doing that too.
And the handles are still there. Like it's ridiculous. I'm like, okay.
Once you got it, you got it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's what's up.
So that's what happened with the basketball and why I kind of dove into music and kind of got a little more serious into it started, passing CDs out at school.
That's right, for sure.
I'm like, man, if I'm gonna do it, I gotta do it.
Gotta do it.
So I didn't really have many resources, or I didn't really know what to do, just because it was new and I was in Oklahoma, so it wasn't like I had an uncle that worked at Sony or anything like that.
Right,
so I was just like doing what I knew to do.
And I know you said it was a choice between, after this, it was a choice between, I did my research between New York and Atlanta of you leaving.
Yeah.
So like, man, like
I went to New York for a little bit though.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and my brother, who's my best friend, but we've been close since kids. But he went to New York, an acting school out there.
Okay. You mentioned baby sister 8 years younger.
Yeah.
Your brother is how older?
He just turned believe he just turned 37.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And he went to acting school, and
Yeah, that's where you go when you go to acting school, New York. Yeah, that's where you go.
And he's on Tyler Perry's sister's show
Man,
right
that's
now.
what's up, man. Shout out to your brother. That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
And it took 20 years of hard work.
Yeah, of hard work.
From 15 to 35.
Never giving up. And just
Actually, I think he
going
might be 36.
That's what's up. That's hard. That's hard.
It takes a time.
It does.
Monopoly, the long game. It's a marathon for sure. So
Sis, that's real.
seeing
That's a
that
fact.
come full circle, and now he has the role on Sisters, and he's a
And it just goes up. It just goes up.
Yeah.
And it's like.
But you appreciate it
that's
more
so-
at that
that's
point
a
because
fact.
you start to think like, dang, what if everything worked out when I thought it was supposed to work
So
out?
true.
Who would I have been amongst at that time? Could I have trusted those people that I was around?
And you're not in it for the money. You're
Nah.
making that really clear. Like
No.
I really do this.
At one point I was though. I mean,
Young and no.
because you don't know what you in
That's
it
a
for.
fact. That's a
it
fact.
takes
That's so
it
true.
takes some time to be like, okay, what am I doing? What am I chasing after? And it comes from like never being satisfied.
And that's true. And you need that. Creators, that's our biggest problem is we're never satisfied.
Yeah.
Like I always bring up Johnny Depp in the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
So I watch it one time and I never watch it again. And that's how I am. I
Yeah.
watch it with my film crew and that's it. I'm never satisfied with my result. I have to keep going. I have to keep chasing the next thing.
I am
That's a fact.
addicted to growth.
Bar.
Like
Bar.
that
That's
is-
real. That's real.
And that's in every area. Like,
That's right.
even in my relationship, just I want you to let me know where you think I could be better.
That's right.
Because I feel like if anybody,
Imagine if everybody thought like that.
that's what I would
know what I'm
think.
saying?
I would
Imagine
love
if everybody
that.
would thought like,
Just tell me how, but it has to be from somebody that is going to give you honest truth,
That's right.
but wrapped in love.
That's so true.
Because you can't just, give the truth like.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
But I'm saying
If you love somebody, you have to give
you
them
have
the
to.
truth.
Yeah, no, I get
that's
what
a
you're
fact.
saying.
Um,
But I'm saying like there's some people that will use it as a weapon
I got you.
and
I got you.
weaponize
I
the
got
truth so that
I see what you're saying.
it doesn't allow you to grow.
Gotcha.
It is a way that
Gotcha.
you present it, but you be honest. I'm very
Right.
very honest, and I want the same thing in
That's
return
right.
from
That
my
makes sense.
friends, from
That's
my
right.
family.
That's
Like,
right.
let's talk. Like, let's get through this shit.
Right.
A lot of things don't grow because a conversation was missing.
Gotcha. That's so true. So true.
A lot of things fall apart
That's
just
a
for a
fact.
conversation.
That's so true. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Especially in this business.
Man, that's very
This is the business where
true.
it's like, yo, what happened? Like,
dog eat dog world
Yeah.
in this business.
And,
Everybody's
you know,
scratching for the
and
top.
everybody
Like, that's so
after
true.
the money. So it's
That's what makes it even, more scary.
But that's why
It's-
people are more eager to get online and just say whatever, do whatever, because whatever is
Do whatever.
Yeah, the
That's the part.
craziest
That's
thing
the-
that you do is gonna get you the most attention and the most money. So they're trying to top whatever is the craziest thing to do for the moment.
It's no integrity.
No integrity.
It's a fact.
Some of y'all might not get to this
They
chair.
might not get there, and some of them know
Some of y'all might not make it
That's
to
a
this
fact.
chair.
That's a fact, man. Man, sis, with $50 million in your bank account tomorrow morning, what changes about you?
What changes? Oh, a lot. A lot. Now, don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Don't think that $50 million in my bank account tomorrow. I don't know what changes about me, like, internally. Like,
Gotcha.
you know what I mean? I think I would be the same person. But I feel like I would just be able to help more people. That's what's fulfilling to me, is helping people.
Man, I say this a lot.
Like, that's
One
the
of my
only
favorite
thing.
quotes in life is, you want a fulfilling life? Give.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite quotes.
I feel like I would be able to help more people.
Man, that's real. That's
put more
real.
people on.
That's
It's
real.
You know what's crazy? A lot of the people that I'm starting to realize listen to my music. I have a lot of fans that are in prison, that listen to my music.
Wow.
Yeah, I get a lot of messages
That
from
speaks volumes. Just even on like, go ahead. Yeah, that's
just the
motivational.
hope aspect. Yeah, like man, you, especially with Racks, you know,
right.
it reached a lot
That's
of
hard.
people.
That's
and
hard.
I was surprised, like, you know, to get the messages from
Yeah.
people saying like I listen to your music.
That's hard. That's hard.
In prison.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Do you ever think about like any kind of reform or any kind of thing like
I don't know what to do.
As it gets bigger, like in a sense of just, all right, you know.
You saying the song as it gets bigger?
No, I'm saying like your stage.
Oh, okay.
You know
okay.
what I mean? Like, so like, you know, like just say for I'm just city. When I go to you know, I'm gonna say Duval County.
Mm-hmm.
When I do a show here, the following morning, I'm doing something in the community.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Like that. Is that something
I'm
that you
geared
wanna,
towards like
that's dope.
helping kids.
Okay,
Like I think
gotcha.
I'm
Shout out
more
to kids, man.
passionate about the kids.
That's right.
You know, and kind of help steer them in the right direction before they kind of get to a place of no return. Because I mean, when you think about it, a lot of kids are just. I was seeing. Seeing a video the other day where they were. It was a teacher that was asking children. They probably were between the ages of like 5 and 7, something like that, asking them what their favorite songs were, and the songs that they were singing, would not have been our favorite songs as kids, because just the things that we were allowed to listen to, and the access that they have now is just like, I don't get it.
I know what you're saying.
It's different parents nowadays, though.
I have a up and coming teen and 2 teens, so I know it's different.
Yeah, and
it is different.
Because when you think about BET and stuff, back when we were younger,
it was.
You have to stay up real late.
That's a fact. That's uncut.
For certain videos to come on, you have to stay up really late.
Fact. Even that wasn't too extreme.
Right.
They had a
not compared to what's out now.
That's a fact.
But there's no restrictions now.
Wow.
You know, so a lot of children
they see everything.
They really believe what these
that's a fact.
Celebrities, rappers, singers, they really believe these words.
That's a fact.
When you're thinking about when it comes to relationships, the things that the female rappers are saying is affecting the little girls.
That's so true.
The things that the male rappers are saying and doing in the videos are affecting the little boys.
That's a fact.
And we are seeing it play out in real time.
So true.
But I think it's important for us as Black people just
Come on, sis. That's right.
Go back home. Go back home, tap in with your community, and find what kids are that you can, influence to do the right, to do the right thing, and
that's right.
Be a good person. That's like I think that's more important.
They're watching.
They really are.
They're watching. That's a fact. They're watching. So they're watching what we don't do, and they're watching what we do.
Yes.
And that's so true. And of course, everything that looks flashy with the glitz and the glamour, that precedes everything else.
And I feel like a lot more adults are like scared of the kids now. Like they kind of just let them, without any guidance. When you think about like being younger, there would have been an adult that just hopped out on the. Hey, y'all get y'all butt back in the house.
That's a fact.
They don't. That's kids will cuss out, and you know what I mean. Like it's different dynamics.
That's a fact. Different generations are raising different generations.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, it's just the baby boomers raised the '80s babies.
Yeah.
Like now the '80s babies are raising. So it's just
you seeing it play out.
You seeing it play out. That's a fact. So that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, but I'm into. Children, even like my friends with children, like I make sure that, when I see them or like I pull up, they may be playing outside. I spend some time talking to them outside and seeing what they got going on.
That's right. That's dope.
House school.
That's right.
What y'all got going on? What y'all talking about?
Right.
Why you out here?
Right. That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact.
Then do your mama know you across the street? You know what I mean? Because I feel like it definitely takes a village.
Those little seeds, man.
Yes.
They.
And when I have kids, I would like the people that I have around them to know, like I got friends that, because your parents aren't always going to be able to reach you.
That's a fact.
Sometimes you're going to feel a little more comfortable to talk to your mama friend or your cousins. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Somebody
Yeah,
around
definitely,
you. So
definitely. That's a fact. That's
not
a fact.
everything every kid is gonna tell their parents. So you want at least good people around your kids to where
That's
that
a
they,
fact.
you know, if you're not around, they can still be guided in the right direction.
That's right.
Instead of being like, oh, your mama ain't here, smoke
Come on.
this. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. You're right. And that happens too, which is sad. But
Yeah.
that's a fact.
Nah, for real.
How many do y'all want in y'all your litter? We got 2 dogs. How many do we
The 2 dogs might be too much.
That's real.
I don't know. I really don't know. I guess
what God bless y'all with.
Yeah. And I think it just depends on when we get started
That's
too.
right.
Like,
That's right.
you know, I might be like, wait, that first one was too much. Let me
Gotcha.
get.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
I feel you. That's real.
So
That's real.
yeah, whatever God blesses us
That's
with,
right.
we'll be happy for sure.
What is next for Alexis Renee?
Well, I want my own platform, and I think that's what we was talking about, because I might need your help with it.
Let's
I might
go.
need your help with it.
Sis, let's speak on the idea
Of the
we spoke
mukbangs?
about off camera.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So
Speak about
I
that.
want to. I've been trying to, you know, figure out what way I can start having conversations, with the people that I'm around,
Right.
and you know, just in my own way though.
That's right.
Like I know that everybody or a lot of people have platforms, and I don't want it to be exactly like everyone's. I want to kind of take bits and
That's
pieces.
what we all. That's right.
Yeah,
Formulate-
create my
that's a
own
fact.
little
Right.
recipe.
That's right. Definitely.
But yeah, so I want to do mukbangs. I know mukbangs isn't anything necessarily new, but I want to do it in a way where I can make it fun, and
It's hard. That's gonna be dope.
you know, incorporate some of my closest
That's gonna be dope.
friends, some family members,
That's gonna be dope. That's
some
gonna be dope.
artists that I work
Right,
closely
that's
with,
dope.
and yeah, so just even being over here with you is like, you know, it inspired me to,
Respect.
you know, think about like, okay, how I want it to look,
That's
how I
right.
want it to feel.
That's right, for sure.
And then a time frame, because
Right,
that's the only way to get it going. Put a date on it.
Put
Put a date on it.
a date. I'm telling you, that's a fact. When you put a date on it, because you're ambitious, and because you're never satisfied, like it will come true.
And it's gonna get
That's
done.
a fact. It will get done.
It's gonna
man.
get
Shout
done.
out, man. That's
for
real.
sure.
That's real.
So that's really.
Man, that's dope.
I want to do that. I guess we'll.
How many episodes would you have per month? Like what would you say would be ideal?
I wouldn't mind doing like one a week starting
Gotcha.
out.
That's it. That's the 52 weeks
Yeah.
a year. That's the perfect. At least 48 episodes. That'd be perfect.
Yeah,
once a
I need
week.
a little,
That's
you know,
dope.
2 week vacation.
Right. Every now and then,
somewhere
right?
in there,
Pre-record, like pre-recorded that. Do 3
You know?
episodes in a day. You know what I'm
But
saying?
just, you
And that's
know,
how you do it.
a way to kind of showcase my personality
So true.
outside of the music, because like we were talking about, like it's not about just the music anymore.
Sis, that's a fact. They
Want to know all your business.
They said, man, if you're an artist or you're an entertainer and you don't have a podcast, you're selling yourself short.
Yeah, because
They are getting that's a fact. They're getting to know you on a different level. Which,
how you communicate, what you feel on
that's a
certain
fact.
So
true. So true.
and there's so many different topics
yes, it
nowadays
is.
to discuss.
Come on now. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's so true.
And you never know what piece of content is gonna go. It could be a conversation with just. I mean, we've talked about a lot of dope things.
Absolutely.
That even one clip of,
Absolutely.
you know, something
so
could
true.
inspire somebody.
That's right.
And that clip could go crazy,
That's
and
a
it's
fact.
like, at that point, you can,
Come on.
you know,
Right. That's right. That's right.
ride the wave.
Right. That's a fact. That's a fact.
So yeah,
That's a
I'm just
fact.
trying to put as many things out there. You know, going back to our musical
That's it.
influences
That's
and
right.
stuff.
That's right.
When we think about like the mind frame that we were brought into this music business with.
Right.
I've never wanted to just be an artist.
You are entertainer.
Yes.
That's in every sense of the word.
Gotta
like,
be.
That's a fact. That's some people, you know, like, yeah, some people, all right, I'm a rap.
Yeah,
That's it. You know,
it's
like, no,
hey,
like,
that's cool.
That's cool. Yep.
But it's so many ways to build
So true.
an empire.
So true.
And you know, it's not always gonna be like this either. So you gotta kind of get it while the getting is
That's
good.
a fact. That's so true. So true.
Because you gotta think of all the years we didn't know the answers.
Come on.
And you know what's important is when you know the answers to execute them
Yep.
while those are the answers,
That's
because
a
they
fact.
will
And
change.
they will. So get it while that's
yeah,
a fact. That's
they
so
will
true.
change.
That's so true.
So
Let me ask you this. The new fan watching, the new fan that's just now getting put, sorry, you're just now getting put onto her.
it's some stuff to go back and hear.
A fact. So with the new fan watching this, that's going to leave this interview, go on YouTube and type in Alexis Renee, Apple Music, Alexis Renee,
Yes.
Spotify, Alexis
Yes.
Renee. Why should they continue to follow you on your journey?
Why should they continue to follow me on my journey? I don't care if they do or not.
Bar.
That's
Real. That's real.
It's for who it's for.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know, I think I spent my whole career trying to convince people of who I am.
Gotcha.
And you don't really got to do that no more. You know, it's a lot of people have a lot of choices to choose from.
That's a fact. That's true.
And the ones that are going to support are going to support. And the ones that are going to come and go, they will come and go.
That's a fact.
Some
That's
of them
real.
are only going to come support when I do like racks type, like certain songs.
Gotcha.
But some of them want to hear the songs about my mom. Some of them want to hear the songs about, things that I went through. Real life
that's a fact.
situations.
That's a
And
fact.
they want to, I wrote a book. I have a book that I wrote.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I didn't know nothing about that. Hold on.
I didn't drop it yet. I didn't drop it yet.
We're looking at
It's
2024?
written.
What are we looking at?
Yeah. It's actually a book about licensing and sync.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
From my perspective.
Right.
About how I started landing music on TV shows and
Gotcha.
film and stuff
Okay,
like that.
okay.
And it's just from my perspective. I know
That's dope.
it's a lot of ways to skin a cat.
That's right. That's a fact.
But
That's a fact.
just from the things, and it just kind of gives a little backstory about
That's
me
dope.
and where I get my motivation from, where I get my way of thinking from,
Come on.
the people that influenced me, and those things were very important to get me out of Tulsa, Oklahoma,
Gotcha.
move to another city.
That's right.
And really make connections in that city.
That's
That's a whole nother obstacle.
Come on. That's right. That's
To
right.
leave everything you know
That's so
and
true.
start completely fresh and be like, okay, meet all the people that are moving and shaking in this city. See if you can do it again.
You know the story of The Weeknd?
I don't.
You know why his name is The Weeknd?
No.
He left Toronto and went to California on The Weeknd.
That's where the name comes from.
That's where his name came from.
What?
Ain't that hard? Ain't that
I
something?
never knew that.
Ain't that something?
That's crazy.
He's like, I left,
He left Toronto
and moved to LA
on The Weeknd.
and started over fresh, just like you did.
I like that type of stuff.
Yeah, that type of stuff is what it's like.
That's
okay,
where that separates.
come on,
Come on now.
Like
if
you
you
said,
can
like
put me anywhere on God's green earth, I triple my
worth.
worth.
Mother-
No, for real.
That's a fact. That's so, man. You know your story, man. Like, just had 2K Zoo in here, man. The story moving from Dayton, Ohio to here, man. Like, people are doing, people are pulling these weekends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and like really finding their okay, all right, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
And you're doing it.
And it gets
commendable.
it gets discouraging. Just like anything else. But
Yes. That's of course. That's
what are you gonna do? Stop?
What are you gonna do? Work,
I was watching. It was something Steve Harvey had said. He was like, he was talking about going through the storm.
Right.
And he was like, you don't just stop in the middle of the storm and just
You go through
you
it.
got to get through it.
That's
So
a fact. So true.
I just keep putting one foot in front
Come
of the
on.
other.
That's right. That's
so
right.
it's not necessarily about getting to a certain destination. I used to not really understand what people meant when they say, "Oh, it's the journey you'll enjoy." I'm like, listen, that's cool, but let me get a piece of the destination before I start.
I gotta guess.
I'm not about to.
Right.
Y'all telling
Let
me
get
about
to
this
front.
journey is not that fun right now. Seriously, you be in the middle of the journey, like, yo, save that journey shit.
Say that's real though. That's
but no,
real.
it is
That's
true
real.
because
That's
it's
real.
like the people that you meet along the way, the things you do along the way. You
Right.
may not be looking at those memories like they're standout memories until
Right.
they
And
pass.
There you go.
Yeah.
Like how the you know, you always hear this often. You know, the millionaires say, you know, my fondest times were when I was broke.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's like, wait a minute, that shit ain't that fun.
And that's
but
real,
it's like,
but like,
when you think about it, my first Thanksgiving up here, it was, when I moved back up here, after, remember I said the 2 years.
15, yep.
Yeah, and we moved back. It was, I always wanted a Making a Band type house. Like, I used to watch Making a Band.
Gotcha.
So when we moved out here the second time, I moved with my boyfriend at the time.
Gotcha.
He was a singer, songwriter,
Gotcha.
/ rapper.
Gotcha.
Producer at the time. Another producer who I was working with. It was like a 6-bedroom house. It was like 6 of us.
It really was like that.
Yeah, and who else was? Oh, another artist that we used to rap with, and one of my cousins.
Yeah.
So we had a house out there in Hampton.
What? Just like that? That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, over by Lovejoy.
That's it, Lovejoy. That's it. That's what's up.
And,
that's what's up.
We was out here just figuring it out. We didn't have a lot of money.
Divvying it up.
Yeah, and then our first Thanksgiving out here, it was like we couldn't afford to go back home for Thanksgiving, so everybody just kind of cooked what they knew how to cook at the time.
That's dope. And
it wasn't even Thanksgiving food. It was just like hey, y'all just make what you make the best, and let's. But those are memories that everybody was broke.
That's right. That's real.
And we enjoyed our time, and it's something that we'll always remember.
Always remember that. That's crazy.
But it may not have been like, you know, what you wanted to do at the time.
Yeah, it was like, no, this is, and then it could have been the next year. You're like, wow, we did that.
Yeah,
that's
remember
crazy.
our first Thanksgiving
that's hard.
So and so bought some pizza bagel bites.
Yeah, that's all I could bake.
Yeah,
that's real.
No, there was one of the members who bought some pizza bagel bites to the Thanksgiving.
That's hard.
We tore them up though. We tore them up. Let me put some on my plate.
No, for real, you already know it. That's dope, man.
Yeah,
that's dope.
so that was cool.
That's dope, man. Let me ask you this last thing.
Mm-hmm.
You answered about the fans, you know, like it doesn't matter if you follow me or not. You are very ambitious. What keeps you driven to keep striving for excellence and never? It's like you just keep turning the leaf, finding everything. What keeps you?
Just I love it. I love it. You know, I think that's the only thing that's gonna keep you trying to get better.
That's right, for sure.
Like if you love it, you'll want to get better.
That's right.
If you don't, you'll look like you'll treat it like you hitting a lick.
Wow.
And there's a lot of people hitting licks out here.
Come on, that's a fact. That's so true.
But when you love it, you'll really try to study and get better.
That's right.
You know, the same with you. I know, like with the podcasting, it's something that you take your time with. That's right. Like the questions you asked me are not regular questions that most interviewers will ask, because a lot of interviewers will just try to freestyle it,
right,
and say, "Oh, this is gonna go great."
Right.
I tried to do that before, like with an interview, like as far as me being the interviewer.
Right. Gotcha.
Because when I had moved down here, I was trying to do anything to kind of, I'm like, man, maybe I should be an intern to kind of get in at one of these labels, or maybe I should have a platform and interview people.
Right.
And Shawty Low was one of the artists that that we would get to go over to his house and record and stuff.
Okay.
And I remember I had a DJ that I was working with. His name was Ransom Dollars.
Gotcha.
He had got us over there, and I was like, you know, tell Shawty Low I want to interview him.
Right.
I didn't really study or nothing for the interview. I was just more excited about being there and just interviewing, because I'm like, let me, you know, build a connection first. And it was a terrible interview. Is this
online?
No, I have it. I have it though? Yes, I have it.
I want to see that. That's classic.
I was just asking questions, and I didn't really know much about him outside of what everybody, you know, not even, because again, I wasn't from here, so it's stuff that people here knew that I did not know. So I was asking him questions that probably just, you know, with me not knowing things, may not have been the right things to ask, you know, like
Gotcha.
about members. And
Right,
I'm
right.
just asking because I'm like, oh, so how is so-and-so?
Right, for sure.
It's like, well, you don't know that they may not really.
Absolutely. That's
So
a fact. That's so
it's an art, you
It
know what I
is, for
mean?
sure.
So everybody that's trying to do something and really build,
Right.
you got to take the time to
That's a
really work at it
That's true.
and get better and, you know, grow.
That's right. For sure.
Yeah.
Love that answer. Sis,
Yes.
on the integrity response, we actually have every artist. If you could reach in the bowl.
Oh, shoot. Okay. I was going to
and-
reach in there anyway.
Yeah, you already know it. And get a fortune cookie. It's customary on the integrity response. And
Okay.
the interview absolutely leaves just like this. You open it, read it to your fans, and we out of here.
Let's see. I like this. I don't even know what's going on.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You know
Let me
that
see if
feeling
I
we
can
get.
get
You
in
know
here.
that feeling we get.
Right. It's like opening a Christmas
I'm
present.
telling you, sis. I'm telling you.
Okay. Here we go. I got it. I feel like I like this one already. I see the
that's
last
what's up.
word.
Uh-oh.
Patience is the key to joy.
Wow. Wow.
Voila.
The integrity response, Alexis Renee, signing out.